Charles Dowell stands before a camera, his manner crisp, his words deliberate. "I served as Airborne, 82nd Airborne," he says, the unit patch clear on his jacket. The conversation circles around his pride, the elite reputation of U.S. Army airborne soldiers, the camaraderie, the ethos. Yet, when asked about specifics, job specialty, exact duties, his answers drift. It's clear he frames his service around the prestige of the airborne, leaving details like MOS and unit roles ambiguous. The audience senses both pride and selective storytelling, wondering about the fuller picture behind the label. As Dowell's narrative unfolds, the timeline comes into focus. From 1986 to 1995, he claims to be stationed at Fort Polk, Louisiana. The story hits a snag. The 82nd Airborne Division operates out of Fort Bragg, not Fort Polk. Fort Polk, during those years, is not yet the modern JRTC headquarters. Tension builds. Viewers see documents and maps highlighting locations and dates, hinting at inconsistency. Analysts question whether the assignment matched the typical career path for an 82nd soldier. Dowell's linkage to the 82nd Division is recast, possibly a training rotation or participation in airborne activities at Polk, but not the permanent high-prestige post he alludes to. The story pivots, and audience members lean forward, sensing that the label may be more aspirational than factual. 1993 brings change. Fort Polk becomes the JRTC Center, and training operations intensify. The 1st Battalion, 509th Infantry, Airborne, Geronimo OPFOR, establishes itself as the keystone force on post. The role of supporting units is critical. Signal soldiers provide communication backbones for complex simulated battles. The focus tightens on Dowell's likely MOS, Signal, either 31C or 31S, responsible for tactical or satellite comms. A drill field in the background swarms with soldiers setting up radio nets, troubleshooting gear as scenarios unfold. This slice of soldiering is less glamorous but vital, demanding long hours and technical skill. Dowell's work would be essential to the friction-filled exercises, keeping talk flowing between headquarters and field teams as the Geronimo OPFOR challenged new units. Whether he was 31C or 31S remains unconfirmed, but the narrative now fits. A professional Signal NCO supporting JRTC operations, not leading iconic infantry charges, but ensuring the machinery of training war never stopped. The lens pulls back. The Fort Polk installation is bustling, JRTC rotations in full swing. Dowell and his peers are both unseen and indispensable, testing radios at dawn, troubleshooting static at midnight. The focus is not on the heroics of division-level campaigns, but on the day-to-day grind that makes Army readiness possible. The story is reframed. Dowell's legacy is not just airborne prestige, but the relentless operational tempo of supporting Geronimo OPFOR at JRTC, making sure every simulated battle is realistic and communications survive under pressure. His pride in airborne culture echoes the ethos of the units he interacted with, but the core facts point to a life spent embedded in the machinery of training, sometimes behind the scenes, always mission-critical. The truth is found in the support role itself, a different story than the one told, but rich in its own right.